right. Okay, hi everyone. It's Nikki and Kristen, your OCPD team. And before we sign off for the holidays, we wanted to make sure that we give you a tutorial on how to apply to the HBA, or the Houston Bar Association's 1L Diversity Summer Clerkship Program. So we are going to be sending you an email with some step-by-step instructions, but sometimes it can get a little bit confusing in simplicity. So we wanted to make sure that we provide this video to you to give you step-by-step instructions. So we are going to get started. So the first thing you're going to do is, of course, log into your Simplicity account. And I'm logged into my Simplicity account as a 1L. From here, you're going to go to your side navigation bar and click on-campus interviews, or OCI. And some of this should be familiar to you because this is the same way that you submitted your LP and OCPD resume and cover letter assignment. So hopefully it'll come back to you. So from the OCI tab, you're going to then click on scheduling. Okay. So from here, you're going to come to the center of your screen and you'll see session. And the session is already popping up here for me, but there's a drop-down menu. You'll see other programs that you can choose from, but you want to make sure that you're selecting the 2021 HBA 1L Diversity and Inclusion Summer Clerkship and Mentoring Program. This is the program that you're going to be applying to. Okay, so it's there for us. And from there, you'll see all the employers who have signed up to participate in the program. As of now, I believe there's 70 employers who have signed up. That number can change as we move throughout the rest of the month and into January, because remember, this deadline is not until January 20th. So we may add more employers. So check back often and we'll do our best to update you all if new employers are added. But for now, there should be about 70 in there. And it's a mixture of law firms, judges, and a couple of corporations. So all of the firms are listed there, or the employers are all listed there for you. And you can click on the actual employer. I believe it's in the I tab for info. And it will tell you here that this particular employer is hiring, let's see, it's for Judge Bo Miller, and he has one position. It's unpaid, and it's for 6 weeks, and the dates will be decided at a later time of when he would like that position to start. And he is asking for a resume and a personal statement. Okay, so you'd want to just do that exercise for all of the employers that you are interested in. If you want to go to their websites and look them up to find out more about their firm or their organization, all that information will be provided for you in that tab. Did I leave anything out there, Kristen?
No, just make sure that you guys are scrolling down to the bottom of the page, because there are 70 employers. So you want to make sure that you look at everybody. Through this program, you'll have the chance to apply to up to 5 different employers. They don't have to be the same practice area. You can apply to judges, you can apply to corporations, to government agencies, to private law firms. So make sure that you view all 71 before you decide which 5 you want to apply to.
Yep, exactly. So there's 4 pages so far of employers here. So you can continue to, bless you, scroll through all of them and take a look. Okay. So once I've reviewed all the employers, and to Kristen's point too, we encourage you guys to spread out your picks. So don't pick all big law, spread them out. Pick maybe a couple of large law firms, maybe 1 or 2 corporations, a few judges. So you can only pick, as Kristen said, 5 employers through this one program. If you see other employers that you're interested in, but may not be your top 5 picks, you can always apply to that employer directly outside of this program. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I've selected all of my employers that I want to choose for my 5 picks. And then I'm going to come over to the documents tab so that I can upload the documents that the employer has requested. So I'll go up here to documents, click on my documents. And You will upload your documents here by simply clicking Add New, this red button here, and you can drag over your documents. So you're going to always have a resume. We encourage you to label it. I've got an NWS resume. If you want to label it with your initials or name, however you want to do it, it's fine. You are going to have a personal statement that the Houston Bar Association has asked you to draft, and the instructions are in your packet of instructions that we're going to send to you. All of the employers would like to see the personal statement. So you're going to add this in as other documents, and we'll show you where that's labeled. But when you're pulling over your personal statement, you will select it as an other document, and you'll see an option to select resume for your resume. Then you're going to draft a cover letter for each of those 5 employers that you selected from the list. You want to label your documents. You don't have to label it employer 1, employer 2. Actually, I'd rather you label it with the name of the employer so that you can make sure that you're selecting the right cover letter for each employer. So if it's Nikki's cover letter for Kirkland and Ellis, or Nikki's cover letter for Judge Jones, you'll label it there so that you can make sure that Judge Jones does not get the cover letter that you wrote to Kirkland and Ellis. So you'll label your documents, and I've got my 3 or 4 cover letters here. I'm going to add new just to show you guys how to do that. I'll add new, and I'm going to add a 5th cover letter for my 5th employer. I'm going to label it Nikki's cover letter 5 employer. And I'm going to go find that document that I've saved on my laptop, select the file. It's going to pull that over and then click submit. Okay. So I've got all my documents loaded, but I also want to show you that you need to also have a cover letter. Did we go over this yet? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay. Cover letter to the Houston Bar Association. So this will be addressed to the Houston Bar Association's Diversity Committee. They all want a cover letter from all the students. So you'll always have this included in your documents as well. So in the event that you are not selected by one of these 5 employers, or if the Houston Bar Association also thinks that you would be a good candidate for another employer that you did not choose, they'll at least have an idea of what your interests are and a little bit about your background from this generic HBA cover letter. So you'll have 5 cover letters, 1 for each of the 5 employers that you select from the list. Then you'll also have a 6th cover letter that's going to be addressed to the Houston Bar Association. You'll also have your resume and your personal statement. That's going to go to all the employers.
And just a note about the resume. For this program, your resume has to contain your current GPA. So your GPA from fall 2020 must be included on your resume. If you do not include your GPA on your resume, your application will be disqualified. Every employer, every committee member wants to see your resume. It's a part of the history of the program. There is not necessarily a GPA cutoff for any employer in this program unless you see that noted in the information next to the employer where they discuss the position and the criteria. Unless they indicate to you that there is a GPA cutoff, there is not one. So please follow the directions and put your GPA on your resume so that your applications can be considered.
Yes. Very important, guys. You don't want to put all this work into drafting 5 and 6 cover letters and your personal statement, and then you don't put your GPA. It happens every single year. There are students who don't put their GPA on their resume, whether they forget or they don't like their GPA, whatever the situation is, and they are ultimately disqualified right off the bat before any of their documents are reviewed. So please do not forget to put your GPA on there. Okay, so we've got all of our documents uploaded in our My Documents tab. So now it's time to start applying. So you're going to come.
Can I jump in really quick?
Sure.
One more thing about your documents. The documents portal and Simplicity will only hold up to 10 documents at a time. And you will likely have more than 10 documents needed to apply to this program. So you will always need to have your resume in there because every employer is requesting it. You will always need a personal statement because every employer is requesting it. But there may be some employers who want a transcript, or some employers who want a written statement, a writing sample, excuse me, something like that. So to get around the 10 document limit, once you upload your documents and apply to a specific employer, you can then take the extra documents and delete them from the documents portal in Simplicity. So you don't have to have all of your documents in there at the same time, just the ones that you need to apply to a certain employer. And then when you're done with that, you can delete them and free up more space.
Exactly. And I'm glad that Kristen brought up the transcript. So the documents that I have loaded here are all the ones that you will absolutely have to have. Some employers will notate in their description of their position and their requirements that they may want a writing sample, or that they may want an unofficial transcript. So the same way that we clicked on add new here, if the employer is asking for a unofficial transcript or a writing sample, you would just simply click the appropriate button and then drag over that document, upload that document to Simplicity. When you are uploading your personal statement, you'll add new and select this tab that says other documents. Okay, there's not going to be a selection indicator for personal statement, so it will fall under other documents. Okay, I think we're good on.
Oh, I was sorry. One more thing.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to tell them, when you have to upload your unofficial transcript, don't take a screenshot of it with your phone. All you have to do is download it from whatever system you're getting it from the university, and then go to the print function. And instead of printing to a printer, you're going to print to Adobe or save it as a PDF. And that'll allow you to pick a location on your hard drive or on a thumb drive to save it. And then you're going to label it KNT unofficial transcript, or however you want to name it, Jim's unofficial transcript, save it. And then you can, again, like Nikki said, click the button here on the screen, and then you can upload it just like any other document. Okay.
Yep. Okay. I don't know why I keep clicking that. All right, here we go. Okay, so we've reviewed the list of employers under the OCI Sessions tab. We have drafted all of our documents and uploaded them to the My Documents tab. So now it's time to start applying. So you're going to come back over to the OCI tab, go back to scheduling. All your documents should be up here in this drop-down list. And make sure we're on the right session here in the middle. Okay, make sure it still says 2021. Of course, you can go here if you need to. We're making sure that it's highlighted. Okay, we're good to go. And then we're going to just find the employers that we would like to apply to, and just click this red apply button and drag your documents over that way. Do we want to go through that process? Or I think that's pretty.
Yeah, maybe just an example.
Okay. So this employer is Andrews Myers. And so we click the red apply button here. Okay, so again, it tells us here in the middle, this firm has one position available. It's paid. It's a 6-week internship beginning Monday, May 24th through Friday, July 2nd. And the website for the firm there, if you want to do more research, is there for you. And over here, search bar, it will tell you that they are wanting a resume and a cover letter and other documents, personal statement. So my resume is already there. I'm going to select the cover letter, which is why it's important that we label them right. So I would have Nikki's cover letter to Andrews Meyer, or you can just put Andrews Meyer cover letter. So you're going to come over here and select whichever cover letter is the appropriate one for that firm. Your resume is already in there. You'll click this button, which will drag over your HBA personal statement, because again, you're going to do this for all of your employers. And if the employer wanted any other document, like we mentioned, a writing sample or transcript, that button indicator would also appear over here on the screen as a reminder to you that you need to pull that document over from your My Documents tab, or it won't even let you apply. Okay. So once all of your documents are pulled over, you will then click the red apply button and you will have completed what you need to do for Andrews Meyer. And you'll just repeat those same steps for each of the 5 employers. Okay. You are also going to submit a application to the Houston Bar Association Diversity Committee. So they are also listed in here as an employer. And I'm wondering if I can actually search.
I think it's listed as generic application. So if you type that in the keyword search bar, yeah.
Here we go. Okay, thank you, Kristen. So to make it easier for you guys to find, you can type in the keyword search box generic application, and that'll bring it up for you, or you can scroll through the whole list of 70 employers to locate it that way too. Okay, so you will also click the red apply button here, and they want your resume, which is already going to be there for you. And then from here, you'll pick your HBA cover letter. Okay. And you'll pick your HBA personal statement. Same personal statement that you're writing to everyone. You'll drag that document over there and then again, click apply. Okay, so just to recap, 5 employers, drag all the requested documents over from your My Documents tab. And then for your 6th employer, it will be the HBA generic committee. If you pick 6 firms or judges or corporations, your application will be disqualified. So only 5 firms, judges, corporations, 5 real employers, and then 1 application to the Houston Bar Association Diversity Committee. Okay. So we've selected all of our employers. We've pulled over all of our documents. There is one final step to this application process. So after we've done all of that, we're going to come back to our side left navigation screen here and go down to surveys, not graduate. So we'll click there. And we'll see here that the 2021 HBA 1L Diversity Summer Internship Program Attestation Form pops up for us. If you don't complete this step, your application is incomplete and you'll be disqualified. So after you finish everything under the OCI and My Documents tab, part 2 to this application process takes place under the Surveys tab. Okay, so we're under Surveys. We'll click here on the form. And this is the mandatory survey that the committee has put together. From here, I don't think you have to fill out these top ones. Nope. Okay, from here, you're going to just remind the committee of all the 5 employers that you selected. So you'll click the boxes here. We did Andrews Myers earlier. You'll click whoever you applied to from the OCI tab. You'll click, put a check marks by all of them. They should all match the employer list that we viewed in the OCI tab. Okay, so you'll do that for all the employers.
And just a tip, these are not in alphabetical order, okay? They're sorted by the type of organization. So any private law firm is sorted as A. You'll see, you know, Abraham Watkins, Aiken Gump, those are all law firms, okay? So they're gonna be in the A group. If you scroll down a bit, you'll see the next group labeled B, and those are corporations or businesses. So if you're in that group, you're gonna check one of the boxes or some of the boxes in B. If it's a government agency or a judge, it's going to be labeled in the C group. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. If it's a government agency, it's going to be labeled in C. And then if it's a judge, it's going to be labeled in D. These are all the judges, whether they're state court judges or federal court judges. Okay, so just click the box so that the committee knows you've applied to these 5 employers, and then you can continue on with the survey.
Okay. So we'll click our corresponding employer boxes there. Then from here, you've got your generic application that you'd like for the committee to consider you for. So remember, we talked about from the general cover letter that you're going to write to the Houston Bar Association committee, they can use that letter to send off to employers that they think that you may be a good fit for, that you may not have applied to as one of your 5. So from here, you can tell the committee, hey, if you think my application is a good fit, I'd like to be considered for all judges that I may not have applied to, any small to mid-sized firm, any large law firm, any public interest organization or corporation, right? You can select one. You can say, hey, I only want to be considered for judges if you think it's a good fit. Or you can select as many as you like. So you would just click the employer and it populates here to allow you to select more than one should you choose to do so. If you change your mind, you can always just delete by just clicking the X on the box, okay? So you'll pick the ones that you'd like to be considered for. I'm just gonna leave it on government agencies. Then from this drop-down menu, you are going to select the underrepresented group that you belong to, right? So you'll select race or ethnicity from here. If you're a member of the LGBTQ community, you'll select that here. You can select other and define that. There's an opportunity for you to type in what other means to you, or if you have 2 or more races, you can select that one as well. Okay, here's another reminder again about the GPA. Students did this last year. They still clicked the button that they had their GPA on their resume and they did not, right? So, and the committee still caught it. So once it got to the committee, they noticed the GPA was not on the resume and they were disqualified. This is just a reminder for you to say, oh my gosh, I didn't put my GPA on my resume. Let me go back to my documents, add the resume, add the GPA on my resume, and then you're gonna have to go and upload it again to all the employers, okay? So this is just another reminder that we put in place for you. So you'll click this box that you did put your GPA on your resume. And then there's just an electronic signature. You're just gonna type your name in this box here, stating that you agree to all of these things, that you will notify the Houston Bar Association if you have accepted an offer through this program, that you understand you can only accept one offer through the program, and that you will attend the spring law clerk boot camp, which is probably going to be virtual. We are working on that now. And that you will agree to complete an evaluation form at the conclusion of the program at the end of the summer. And you'll type your name there and you will click submit. Okay. And that is it for the program. You are have officially applied to the program. Okay. Did you have anything else to add, Kristen? Did I leave out anything?
Just a couple tips. Make sure that all of your documents are uploaded in PDF format. If you do upload your documents as a Word document or a Pages document, your formatting is subject to change. So you always want to make sure they're uploaded in PDF style. Make sure that your resume is on your GPA. Make sure you complete the survey and the attestation form. Good luck with everything. The applications close on January 20th. So you will have an opportunity to discuss your application or ask questions of Nikki and I before the due date. We would encourage you guys to not wait to the last minute. You can see it's a time-consuming, very detailed process. So we will be returning to the office on January 4th. That gives you approximately 2 weeks to ask any questions, to get any advice, to make sure everything is in order. This is a great opportunity for students at Thurgood who meet the qualifications to find gainful employment for the summer. So we really want you guys to take advantage of the opportunity and make sure that your applications are correct and complete before you submit it. And we wish you the best of luck.
Yes, one other note on that while Kristen brought that up. This should remind you of the way that you submitted, again, like I said earlier, your LP OCPD assignment. You guys have the entire winter break and a good couple of weeks into January to get this done. Spend some time researching the employers. Go ahead and get your resume done. That should be done from LP. If you have your GPA, go ahead and put your GPA on there. If you're still waiting for a grade or two, you can add that when it's ready. Go ahead and work on this personal statements and cover letters. Do not wait, like Kristen said, to the last minute. Simplicity will shut down. They will not allow you to submit after the 5 o'clock deadline. A lot of people experienced that when they were trying to submit their LP assignment through Simplicity, and everyone was trying to get in at 4:55, and it was late. If it's late for this program, you will also be disqualified. So get your stuff in early. You got plenty of time to get it done. These are just 5 employers that you can apply to through this one program. By no means is this the end all be all to summer internships. It's just one program. So go ahead if you are interested and you do qualify, and make use of your time to get your documents ready. We will be sending out an email, like I said, with all of these instructions in a written format. We just wanted to take a moment to show you so that you can see how it is visually. And we wish you guys a great holiday break. Take care.
Bye. Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Yes. Okay.
I think that was good. You know, they can follow instructions, but it's good, I think, to have us walk through it with them. So, you know, maybe